Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and I've been getting quite a bit of requests to do a video on Donald Trump. You know, I've been doing my Justin Trudeau videos and stuff like that, and the reason I do those ones is that I find Justin Trudeau to be a much funnier person. For all the wrong reasons, of course. Like, Donald Trump's got his funny hair, but yeah, can't say I have a clip of Donald Trump doing this now, can I? But anyways, this is going to be a bit of a criticism of Donald Trump here. And while I definitely think he's a much better choice than Hillary was, I was very anti-Hillary, and I'm actually kind of pro-Trump right now. Like, after he's been elected, like, I've heard many good things. But there's one thing that I've been looking at since before the election results even. On November 12th, 2014, Donald J. Trump tweeted, "Obama's attack on the internet is another top-down power grab. Net neutrality is the fairness doctrine. Will target conservative media." And for those of you who don't know what the fairness doctrine is, it was this thing introduced in 1949, which basically said that controversial stuff had to be presented to the public in honest, equitable, and balanced ways. This stupid microphone. I just had to cut out like a whole bunch of stuff because the microphone just spazzed out and was making this really annoying beeping noise and stuff. But anyways, as I was saying, net neutrality. Donald Trump comparing it with the fairness doctrine isn't really that accurate. The fairness doctrine kind of fell through because of people's like personal biases and stuff like that. People's definitions of fairness aren't the same, and it goes against free speech to control stuff like that. ISPs, anyone providing like a public service with the internet, I believe. I might get some of this stuff wrong. This is my basic understanding of net neutrality, by the way. I'm not a net neutralogist. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I've tried to look into it. There are a few things that it protects against, and paid prioritization's one of them. It basically makes it so your ISPs or your services and stuff like that you use the internet to use, they're not able to charge you differently for different things. So say you get a Verizon plan or something, they're not allowed to charge you more for going on websites that aren't owned by them and stuff like that. And that's what it kind of protects against. And it seems most of the people who are against net neutrality tend to be ISPs. Pretty much all the ISPs are against it because it cuts into their profits. And while I can see their argument is basically that they could provide a better, more reasonable, cheaper service to you if they were able to do this thing, because they'd have more profit. But doesn't tend to work that way now, does it? Oh hey, we're getting more money, let's just give it to the consumer. No, they don't do that. They're a business, and you know, you get all the money you can get your fingers on. I used to work for Tim Hortons.
Touching you! Get out of this car! That's all I'm saying! That's all I'm saying! Touch me! If they get to touch me! That's all I'm asking you! Touch me!
Exact same thing there. Like a dumb fast food place, they minimum wage gets upped, they lay people off, and then you're working with a skeleton crew because they want to pay the bare minimum for employment, and the service is crap, and they're getting plenty of money. They can hire more people. It's a really busy location, but they don't because they're greedy, because that's how companies are. And sure, you could argue that, like, in a perfect benevolent world where, like, that's where I have the issue, because that's like leftist ideology. That's like communism, to assume that the world could be this nice place when really it isn't. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Not a dog-eat-dog world, but a dog-eat-dog world. And yeah, capitalism works that way, I guess. You know, but capitalism's a huge risk. You know, you start a business, you pay all these people a bunch of money, you make huge profits, and you take risks. And those people, you're not cheating those people, you're not scamming those people, you're paying them a lot of money to work for you. And they should be doing a lot of work and providing people with products they want as well. ISPs basically want to provide you with the same stuff and kind of limit what you're doing with it. They want to control your thoughts, essentially. They want to control what sites you use and which sites you don't, by making you pay more to use the stuff that they disagree with. And that's where this Donald Trump quote kind of falls apart. He says it will target conservative media. I think it's the exact opposite, because if you don't know, the media in general, like, and a lot of these companies are leaning towards leftist crap, because the leftists are the ones who bitch and moan about everything. And the leftists are the ones who go around boycotting for really stupid reasons. So to increase their sales, they want to appeal to those people. So what are they going to do? They're going to target conservative media after net neutrality gets abolished. And that's, you know, I get the whole Obama thing, but, like, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, you know? Obama strengthening net neutrality was a smart thing for people, you know? And it's a good thing for free speech, too. It seems like Trump's got this backwards, and it seems like he tends to be easily swayed by certain people, and that a lot of people he has by his side aren't always very honest. Like, he's had to fire quite a bit of people because he found out that they were lying to his face and persuading him to do incorrect things, like, or not only that, they were leaking information as well. He had to fire people over that. But he seems to trust them in the first place, and, you know, it seems to me like he's been told by someone that this is the case. I think he's even got friends at, like, at&t and stuff like that. So that would be a conflict of interest as well. And yeah, I think he just needs to do his research before he does crazy stuff like this. I don't think he's malicious, because this is like everything else he's doing is in line, and this thing is a complete 180 from everything else. And it's kind of a joke. Like, there's very little supporting getting rid of net neutrality, and it's all like big businesses like being like, we just want more money. And the problem is that he put someone in charge who's going to destroy net neutrality. I think they've already got the bill passed, and now now we have to work to get it back to how it was before. Otherwise, you know, the whole internet as we know might not be free. You know, we might get a lot more censorship, and that's That would be really disappointing if Trump ended up creating more censorship than freaking Obama. That'd be kind of embarrassing, actually. And I think this should be one of his priorities. Obviously, I've got a bit of a bias because I use the internet a lot. I upload videos on the internet. And my presence on the internet is drastically bigger than my real life presence. But, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is. And I think it'd be in your best interest to read about net neutrality, to get yourself educated and to go and spread this knowledge, because it seems to be a confusing matter for most people anyways. Most people don't grasp like that this is a problem. Like, imagine the, like, because you're using a Time Warner internet, like, which is shitty enough in the first place. Imagine if they started blocking the pages you're going on. If they actually started making it so that certain things wouldn't show up in your results, they could do that. That gives them the power to do that. Net neutrality means they're not allowed to pick a side. They're not allowed to impose these things to get in your way. And honestly, that's just as much of a business thing as money to them. Your thoughts are just as important, if not more important, than your money. And if they can control your thoughts, they can get more money out of you too. So that's another thing. So getting them, taking more control away from them is better. And I think we can all agree on that. So that's everything Donald Trump's been wrong with since his election. Actually, that was before his election even. I hope he'll fix all these problems eventually. I mean, he's still got another like 7.5 years to go. So yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day and stay salty.